Playmakers, how's it going? This is Coach Wood. We are back at it, baby. Another day, and you're on the move with Coach. You're on the move with Coach. This is Monday through Friday. If this is your first time checking out the channel, thank you for joining us. We're trying to build this football community, and we want to build it with you. Whether you're a parent, a player, a coach, we want to build this football community with you. We don't care where you're at, whether you're in the country, out of the country. If you love football, the Before You Go Pro channel is for you. So once again, I'm Coach Wood. You're on the move with Coach, baby. And today, as always, we're going to talk football. Now, this is Monday through Friday, 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you come on the move with me as I get my steps in. I could be anywhere, but I want you with me. So let's walk and talk, baby. And there's a couple of things I want to bring up with you guys. And please feel free to comment. Let me know your opinions. Let me know your viewpoints. And then if there's any topics, you guys, that we're not covering, that you guys are thinking of, because you guys are the best community, football community going right now, let me know. Let me know so we can get it out there. We can hash it out with our team. We can talk about it with you and everybody else. Because if you're thinking about it, probably everybody's thinking about it, right? So let's talk about today's topic. And the first one is pretty fun, you guys, to think about. Well, actually, some people are getting a little bit long in the tooth. And there's some old school football people. There's some old school football people. And when I think old school football people, one of the people I think about is Jerry Jones. And obviously, football legend. He's been around the game forever. He's owned the Cowboys forever, had some early success, and then it's been struggles. And forgive us, you guys, it is a little windy today out here in California, in the Bay Area, so forgive me if it gets a little windy with the mic, okay? So, thinking about Jerry Jones, and obviously, man, this dude loves the Cowboys. He loves football. And I wanted to ask you guys, you think about Jerry, and he's getting a little older, and people are wondering if he's ever going to win a Super Bowl again. People are wondering if he's making the right decisions with the football team, or he needs to kind of sit on back and let somebody else take over. So there's questions around Jerry Jones and the Cowboys, and if they'll ever really be a successful organization, a perennial power again. And then you look at a school like Oregon, and obviously Dan Lanning is running Oregon and doing a magnificent job, and they're getting closer and closer to the pinnacle of college football, which is a national championship. But you guys, Oregon has never won a national championship. They've been great for years, for decades, but they've never won a national championship. And you can't be considered a big dog, a full big dog in college football. You definitely can't be considered a blue blood if you've never won a national championship. And we all know who has been the main person behind, or one of, at least from a financial standpoint, we all know who has been the main person behind the success of the Oregon football program, and that's none other than Phil Knight. Phil Knight, the amazing entrepreneur, owner of Nike, and founder. And you guys, he's getting a little long in the tooth too. And one of the things that he definitely wants to see before he passes on to the pearly gates is his Oregon Ducks winning a championship, winning a national championship, being the best team in all of college football. That is definitely something that Phil Knight wants to see. He almost passed out when they beat Ohio State last weekend. So I wanted to ask you guys and let you have a little fun with it. Let me know what you guys think. Please make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Once again, you're on the move with Coach Wood as I get my workout in. But I wanted to ask you guys, who gets to the pinnacle first? Is it, or does neither one of them get to the pinnacle? Do we get to see the Cowboys win a Super Bowl and Jerry maybe get his last one before he moves on, does his thing with the man upstairs? Or do we get to see Phil Knight win a national championship? Which one do we get to see first, you guys? You let me know. Do we see the Cowboys win a Super Bowl, or do we see Phil Knight and the Oregon Ducks get their national championship first? Right now, I know which one is trending better, and that is definitely the Oregon Ducks. But hey, it's tough. It's tough to win it all. My alma mater has won. The University of Colorado has won. But you can't be considered a blue blood, and Oregon is right there. Oregon is right there. You can't be considered a full big dog if your program has never won a national championship. And then we know with the Cowboys, they won a couple, and then we haven't heard from them since. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments section. Make sure you please like, subscribe, and share. But do we see the Oregon Ducks win a national championship first? Or do we see the Dallas Cowboys win a Super Bowl? Now, the other thing I want to talk to you about, and you know that we're always trying to give some game, some sauce to the young athletes who want to be recruited, that want to go off and play college football, because before you go pro, we help athletes across the country, you guys, and have for years, almost 2 decades now, have for years helped kids play at the next level. So the other thing that I wanted to bring up to you guys, and I was checking out the Joel Klatt show, and he was talking about Indiana, the Indiana Hoosiers. There's so many talking points in college football nowadays, whether it's the portal, NIL, my alma mater, Colorado, the Heisman race. There's so many talking points in college football right now that there's a lot of great stories, you guys, not being talked about. The fact that Army is undefeated and rolling is not being talked about. Who knows? May have a chance at getting in the playoffs. And then the Indiana Hoosiers. The Indiana Hoosiers in the Big Ten, you guys, are not being talked about. And they're the ones actually at the Big Ten at the top of the standings. The Indiana Hoosiers are the one with scoring the most points in the Big Ten. The Indiana Hoosiers are the ones that don't have any losses, undefeated in the Big Ten. The Indiana Hoosiers are the ones nobody's talking about. And it's for real, because we all know that there's an eye test in football. We know that something can appear like it's great, but it doesn't really pass the eye test. You know, a kid can have 200 yards rushing in his first game, but he didn't play anybody, and it's not passing the eye test. Well, the Indiana thing is real, you guys. They've got a team, and check this out, because it plays into what I want to tell you young football players out there. A lot of you guys want to play major Division I, Power 5 football. And maybe the opportunity comes your way out of high school. Maybe it's kind of crickets right now. You're not hearing it, but you're a dog. You're a player, okay? I want you to keep this in mind. This is the whole point of this. Curt Cignetti, I believe that's his name. He's the head coach at Indiana right now, you guys. And he's been a winning coach for a while. I think he comes from the Nick Saban tree. But he's the head coach at Indiana. This is his first year. He's coming from James Madison. And those of you that don't know, James Madison has been beating people up in the FCS, old schoolers, Division I AA, has been beating them up for years. And they've always wanted to move up to the FBS, which they have, but he decided to go to Indiana. But a huge part of the success from James Madison is because of Curt Cignetti, Coach Cignetti. Okay, and hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. So he gets the job. He's balling out, doing this thing at James Madison. He gets the job, you guys, at Indiana. And guess what? He brings 27 kids into Indiana from the transfer portal. From the transfer portal. 13 of the kids that he brought out of the 27 were from James Madison, were from the school that he left. And then he brought in 14 that were from other schools. 14 of the 27 transfers are actually starting for Indiana. 7 on offense, 7 on defense. But what I'm trying to illustrate to you guys is that is an angle right now. That is an angle. If you were a talented high school kid and maybe you're waiting on Cal Berkeley, maybe you're waiting on Florida State or somebody, some Power 5 Syracuse, some Power 5 program to give you a shot. But you've already got an FCS offer, or you're close to an FCS offer from a great FCS program. Go to the FCS school, because there's a chance, if it's a great FCS program, that coach may be moving up anyway. He may not move up as a head coach, but he may move up as a coordinator, and he's going to bring you along with him if you're young and talented. So some of you kids in high school need to look at the Sacramento States of the world, the Northern Arizonas of the world, the Bucknells, the Wofford's, the Morehead States. Look at some of these schools, because if you go there and you ball out, there's a high probability that you can move up. Now, the better the FCS school that you go to, North Dakota State, the better the chance that maybe even the coach or the assistant coaches will move up too. And that will be your shot. That will be your ticket. Once again, there was 13 kids at James Madison that are now playing Big Ten ball at Indiana because of this coach. And they're hitting the field, you guys. They're hitting the field. So I want you guys to remember, especially if you're in high school, junior college kids too, there's never been a time where you had to strategize more than now, okay? Maybe FCS is your way to get what you want in the future. I'm Coach Wood. We'll see you at the top, baby.